consulting our map. We've still got about 230 odd miles.
I thought they were charts. You're consulting your map. You sound like a landlubber.
It's a chart. Sorry. Okay. We've still got about 250 odd, 230 miles to Dar es Salaam. Not that we're in any hurry to go, but yeah, I think we must now head north again. So we've been at Mchinga Bay for 4 or 5 days. Didn't expect to be here that long, but be good surf for Robin. So that was fun. Gonna hit Mchinga. That's where we are. morning voice. So head out there, and then up north to where's it? There we go. Kiswere Harbour. Yeah, and then maybe spend a night there, and then head up to the next one, which is Kilwa Kisiwani, which apparently is really, really nice because there's lots of ruins and a tourist office, and yeah, looks pretty cool. Nerve-wracking. You're dodging buoys and fishing boats, and then also some guys are throwing out a net, and it was quite a big net, so gotta go wide and then this way, and then they start shouting, but they're shouting at the people in the water and we don't know what's going on. So, but they're chilled, so I think we're fine here. Hey Robin? It's alright, it's not breaking, so it's all good. Are we good? Okay.
Silence of sea.
Mambo! Hey, hold on.
Check, what a sail settings off.
Is this Kiswere?
Kiswere Harbour.
Kiswere Harbour.
Wind's picking up as we get here.
It's Murphy's Law. We had a couple of hours of sailing. It was slow going, but you know, the sails were up and motor wasn't on, so it's fine.
We've only motored the last hour.
Only the last hour we've been motoring. That's cool. That's good. That is good. Yeah. So this is the harbour. Not much of a jetty left there. See, there's a building and then there's a couple of poles sticking up. And yeah, a couple of houses. Looks like quite a nice little town. And some dugouts, little dhows. So we've anchored in Kiswere, quite close to the village, and this is the first place that I haven't really felt that secure. We had two guys on dugouts come to the boat and one who swam across, and then tried to get onto the boat, and one of them actually got onto a sugar scoop. So didn't really know what they wanted. Told them to chain things up and might have a sleepless night tonight. But we got to get going early in the morning. So okay, well, we're leaving Kiswere this evening. Didn't feel so comfortable being here, rather safe and sorry, so we're leaving while there's still a bit of light, so we'll be able to see some of the buoys and the nets. And what we're going to do is we're going to head right out to sea, deeper water, yeah, and hopefully there won't be any fishing nets up, and then head to Kilwa, which is the next place. Last night was quite uneventful. We just slowly potted along at about 3 knots. A little bit of a jib out just to keep us going. And sunrise. So now we can see where we're going and coming into Kilwa. And you could actually sail right past and not even know there's a channel there. Quite difficult to see. Can you show me where we're going?
Okay, so we're entering that channel there. And I'm going to go along that channel. This is the island here, around the island. And anchor over here somewhere. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a bit of a stickler for tradition. And SeaScape has a tradition, several in fact. And one of the earliest traditions is when we arrive at a new destination, regardless of the time of the day or night, once the anchor is set and everything's packed away and clean and tidy, we sit in the cockpit and enjoy our ice cold beer. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Hate to break tradition. Tastes just as good as 8 o'clock in the morning as it does at 8 o'clock at night. Cheers.
Kilwa Kisiwani is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is protected by the Tanzanian Wildlife Management Authority. After we pay our permit, we go ashore to explore this island of ruins. And I'm amazed at the diverse vegetation on the island. From lush mangroves to baobab trees, deserts and wild banana trees. Dry veld and coastal forests in between. We find out more about island life for these Tanzanians. It's a freshwater well for the villagers. This is the center of the town. Very quiet. One little shop. And the lady selling some fish and some vegetables over here. Mambo. Mambo. Hello.
Aside from the odd seinator, most of the subsistence fishing in Tanzania is done by fish traps. And we came across this guy building fish traps, and it was really interesting to see how they're constructed.
But to get not a small fish, but a big fish. Yeah, very good for it.
Asante san.
Yeah.
What does Kisiwani mean?
Island.
Island.
Yeah.
So this is actually Kilwa Island, correct? And we are going on a tour of the ruins. Is our tour guide Abdallah?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm saying you welcome this island.
Asante.
This one. See, this is the first group, the Malindi Mosque. This is the Malindi Mosque and the graves area.
These are graves here. Obviously for less influential people.
Oh, so those stones are...
Yeah, the heads are on this side facing east.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's the foot.
Yeah.
So see, this is the graves, the old men,
Yes.
old women,
Okay.
and the old man, old woman.
What remains today of Kilwa's early buildings are only the stone structures. The historical town was much more extensive. And we have Moya taking photos of lizards. He's quite cool. Hello, dude. Oh, sorry. Kilwa Fort is called Gereza, which is a Swahili term meaning prison. The Portuguese were the first to build this fort in the 14th century, and Omani Arabs rebuilt it in the 19th century. It was built to defend the island and for their protection in case of a rebellion. So this is not actually an original door, but UNESCO has restored it. The Omani were Muslims, like the islanders, and the carved woodwork above the doorway include words from the Quran.
Asante.
It's a large square building made of coral stones. The courtyard is turned into grass, and some plants have taken root in the walls. Wind and sea have eaten powerful stones on one side of the building, but the Gereza Fort has remained an active ruin on Kilwa Island. What did they have around? Oh, this is the Great Mosque.
It's a great mosque, 10th century,
Right.
1011,
Yeah. 13, 14, 15.
13, 14, 15. So, yeah, as the city grew, the need for more prayer area was added onto the mosque.
Okay, so they had additions each
Yeah,
century and stuff.
yeah.
Okay, amazing. The large prayer hall and more spacious ablutions area were constructed around 1320. The grandeur of this new extension reflects the unique status of the Sultan who built it, Al-Hassan bin Suleiman, the Sultan of Hosseini Kubwa. He had his own private chamber for prayer, set under the largest dome ever to be constructed in Kilwa. Although he was extraordinarily wealthy, he was remembered as a humble and pious man. After a short time, the new extension partly collapsed. It was rebuilt in the 15th century to a similar design. Later changes include a new mihrab added to the main hall in the 18th century. Makutani Palace. Despite the military appearance of Makutani, within the perimeter walls, it is likely that gardens and orchards flourished. Inside the palace, the royal family lived their courtly lives.
For the long time ago, they collapsed. Again, the second floor is down and up to stay.
This building was designed for comfort and to meet household needs. This is the Great Palace, which is known as Husumi Kubwa in Swahili. It was built by Sultan Al-Hassan bin Suleiman. There are two main areas, one for the public, with a sunken courtyard where people would come to see the Sultan and do some trading.
Trading courtyard.
For what?
Gold. Iron.
That's right. The traders used to come out to the marketplace. There's a dome that?
Collapsed. They took the decoration on the inside. And stone masons have been chiseling away there for hours.
And then there's a private area, built around a swimming pool, with open views across the bay. Now, if I were the Sultan, I would have lazed in the pool while watching the sunset over Africa. Interesting. Are we going to go back and walk along the mangroves, I think?
Sante-san! kuku. Okay, so he says no problem. We got kuku. There's the kuku. Yeah, which one you want?
No.
Daga.
Daga.
Yes, daga.
Daga.
In Swahili.
Daga. I'm going to fry a dish with this. And my friend, he showed me, he told me how to do it. It's cut up.